them out on your favorite podcast platform. Hey, free your mind. That you should know the song and you can listen anytime. Hey, come out and play. It's a checkity check and a 1-2, and how you doing out there?
So, who let the apes out? Did you really write that?
I put that in there as a note, and then you see I aptly put, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was trying to think
who let the apes out? Welcome back. Apparently somebody did.
Yeah, we're out. We're outside.
You can tell by the boidies in the background.
Yes, the chirping, the airplane noises, the cars going by.
The occasional...
Go ahead.
The occasional neighbor yelling out.
Yeah. And what you can't enjoy is the neighbor's barbecue smell. Oh. It has been torturous today. Torturous, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a little example of what we sacrifice in the process of bringing you only the finest content.
Do you believe anybody's buying any of this crap?
Only the finest. Well, they're not if you're constantly shooting me down.
Well, welcome. Hello. How are you? Good to see you.
Thanks for listening. Welcome back. Thanks for being an apes. And you are.
Mixed apes.
As you know.
We are mixed apes, and you certainly are mixed apes.
Mixed apes.
You're listening. You made the choice. Like, right. I was born this way. You've actually chosen it.
Right. What does that say about you? It says you're an upstanding human being and only the finest quality. This is our You Should Know This Song
podcast.
Music, lyric, challenge, commentary,
Thingy.
bullshit,
Yeah.
factoids.
Allows us to talk about the music and yell at each other and make fun of each other.
And it goes in and out because she's playing all night.
And the music's all right.
The music's all right. Apes has got a squeeze box. So what do you say we, well, first off, do we have any nest keeping? We have some nest keeping.
I think we have a little nest keeping. Yeah.
We got a few things to touch on. One thing is, I'm not going to get too into detail on this because I think it's probably better to sort of send whoever's listening out there on a little bit of their own journey here, investigation. But a couple episodes ago, we talked about the album Dark Side of the Moon came up and how long it had charted and records that it set and so on and so forth. And by the way, Michael Jackson's Thriller album overtook it as some aspect of record-setting album.
Okay.
But the question I had in the episode was, I wonder if Dark Side of the Moon is still charting. And in fact, Dark Side of the Moon, 100 years later, is still charting.
Well, it's got to be really close to 50 years, right? I mean,
yeah. The information online, and again, I'm not giving the specifics. I didn't trap them sort of intentionally. Is interesting because it had a sort of a pause, a low spot. I don't know how to term it correctly, and then it sort of came back to life due to some factors on the charts, due to some factors that are interesting to read about. So go check that out. It's fascinating that album is still alive.
Since, was it 1973?
Oh, yeah. And we were talking about how, my kids of that, 2 generations from mine, I would see them with their Pink Floyd shirts on and they'd be playing Pink Floyd when they drove by in a car. And I was like, what is happening right now? It was 35 years old at that point.
Right.
Specifically dark songs off of Dark Side of the Moon. And so that's what's happening. Like
my daughter has a Ramones T-shirt that she bought at Hot Topic, but she didn't buy it because it was a retro T-shirt. She bought it because she's a Ramones fan, and she's in her 30s, early 30s now.
Yeah.
So God bless
it's
them.
A beautiful thing.
God bless them.
Beautiful thing. Okay, so what else we got?
I got one, just a very brief one. I misnamed the second album by Montrose in a previous episode. I said it was called I've Got the Fire because that's the song I was referencing.
Yes.
And I believe that is the first song on that side of the album. Badass tune, I've Got the Fire. Yeah. But this album was actually called Paper Money, and the funny thing is, I know that. I just completely airheaded it. And
you missed that album name challenge.
Yes, there you
which
go.
Which should be a segment.
To add into the 73 other segments, that should be a segment.
That's what it's about. It's full spectrum. That was a really loud bird, wasn't it?
He wants to be on the radio. See?
Congratulations, you're on the radio. It sounds like he's in my ear. Is anybody else hearing this? Is anybody else hearing this? We also talked about... We got to leave that in there.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, let's see.
Oh, he agrees.
We stop talking, he stops. he starts, bizarre. You know what that bird's saying? Shut the hell up, you stupid apes. Song Hot for Teacher.
Which you were going on about.
Which I was going on about the thought of it being an instrumental. Like, the music is standalone, right? Without the lyrics. It's really interesting. Go online and listen to it. And I think you'll agree. It's a fantastic instrumental song. Like a fantastic. And
so is the instrumental version them?
Yeah.
Okay,
you can
cool.
get it. I didn't investigate far enough, but you can get it with the lyrics stripped out, and it's really cool. Thought that was a cool note. Does everybody out there know, do you know that there is as of a few weeks, well, by the time this airs, it'll probably be a couple of months, but as of a few weeks ago, there's a Talking Heads tribute album out.
Oh, yeah, it's
made by a bunch of current artists, and
some of the songs are stuff that's been previously released.
And yes, and man, it's pretty cool. It's worth going to listen to, and good for them. I think it's deserving, right? I'm a Talking Heads fan. I think they've done great stuff in and for music and music history, so it's cool that they get a tribute album.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I was not a Talking Heads fan in the day when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I have since become a Talking Heads fan.
Yeah.
Some of the, even then, the old white guy in me was like, what is this? The music, the singer doesn't have any melodies. It's all just, and the chopping the arm thing, the background in the video with the water, blah, blah, blah. Well, you get off my lawn. Like literally, that was my response.
Right.
Even in the 80s when I was not the old man I am now.
You still had to catch yourself.
Yes.
About it.
Yes.
About having that sort of.
And the more that I heard it, like a lot of bands, like a lot of acts, the more that I heard it, the more that it permeated the public consciousness.
Right.
And became part of the gestalt. Boy, I sound really
intelligent
wow.
there,
don't I? It's not obviously not the case, but
you had to clear your throat. Gestalt.
The more it was around, I mean, Tom Petty is another example that I was not a big fan of early on. And
yeah, I can relate more to that because
listening over the years, it's like, man, this is just some good shit. I think the other thing between the two of them, both Talking Heads and Tom Petty, is,
and those are two pretty contrasting.
Yes, but the thing with both of them is the songwriting is amazing.
Right.
And I think that's what took me some time, was to go around like, okay, maybe at first blush, the tune doesn't catch your ear. Or maybe the melody or the rhythm of this one you didn't like, or whatever, or it sounds repetitive, whatever the thing may be.
Right, repetitive.
Oh, repetitive. Very nice, very nice. What you end up with is, man, it's just fucking good. It's just, over time, it's just good.
I know, it has always struck me, specifically with Tom Petty. I did like Talking Heads as soon as I started hearing them. But the Tom Petty thing to me snuck. I was surprised, and I'm kind of glad you brought it up, because now I get to waste a bunch of time blathering about it. I am recalling the fact that when I first started hearing Tom Petty, his music struck me as like too bass, too simple, too obvious, I guess. Like the lyrics,
a poor man's Bob Dylan.
The lyrics didn't seem like they were that great. The musical structure and effort didn't really seem like it was that great. I was like, it's kind of plain. But after just a few listenings, it didn't take long. I was completely convinced. Like, how did he do that? I still think that with a lot of his songs. I love hearing them. My brain loves them. And I also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, how's he pulling it off? It's simple.
What's there that's got me?
Right. It's simple stuff. The lyrics are not, lofty lyrics, but he did a thing, man. He had it going on. So anyway.
But to wrap that up, we want to get back to check out the Talking Heads tribute album.
Yes, check out the Talking Heads tribute album.
My daughter turned me on, before the album was even a thing, to the Paramore cover of Burning Down the House, which is pretty damn good, and I love that song as a Talking Heads song. It's great.
And I love the band Paramore, so I give props to the fact that they were included on that.
All right, so enough of that random BS.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some...
It's what we do. More focused BS.
Some focused BS, yeah. What are our challenges for this episode,
What's on the tote board for today, Johnny? Well, we're going to do... What we have on the list, at least, is our wonderful Prime Twizt and Shout, which we just call Prime Twist or Twist, where we kind of turn it around, right?
We give you the song, and you got to come up with the lyrics.
Yes. Right. We name the song. You got to name some lyrics from the song, and then
quick hits. One of my faves. I like that one because it's boom, boom, boom.
Right. Supposed to go fast,
and we're supposed to talk less.
We actually did pull off going fast one time, didn't we?
I think so.
Yes. We did pull it off.
The very first one.
And then,
oh, by the way, it's Hitz with a Z, just for anybody who's doesn't
yes,
see,
quick
they can't see my computer.
Hitz.
But yes.
You know, and arguably we should spell twist with a Z, TWI.
And Starting Linez.
Twist and Starting Linez.
Our last challenge planned last challenge for this, if we actually get that far,
If we get that far.
is Starting Linez, where you give
We
the
don't
other
run
guy
out of tape.
You give the guy the first line in as few words as possible of the song.
Right.
And the intent is that they get the song almost like a name that tune kind of format.
Right. It should be songs where the very first words of the song trigger the other person to know what song you're referencing. So,
and do we have, in all seriousness,
really just now, all seriousness,
do we have a segment? I don't think we have a segment where it's the same concept, but it doesn't have to be the starting lines.
Yeah, it's called Prime.
Oh, no. Where it's just a couple of words. Just a couple of words.
No, but that's certainly a concept.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be from the middle of the song. Something
Absolutely.
that makes you...
A catch for a unique phrase in the song that just everybody should know.
I guess quick hits could be considered that too, couldn't it?
Should know right off the
Anyway,
off the mind.
Enough planning.
How many ways can we, slice the cheese?
Yes.
Not cut the cheese.
No.
Slice.
Well, we're outside. It's probably not as bad as if we were in the basement. Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting ready to go on Prime Twist and Shout. Are you ready or am I ready?
Are you ready?
I will say, this is verbally delivered, by the way, Prime Twist and Shout, that you better know a few words to the Blondie song Rapture.
And then the man from Mars stops eating cars and eating bars, stopped eating cars and eating bars, and now he only eats guitars, and there's a killer solo that follows that immediately.
Yes.
That's probably my favorite part of that song is when
the solo breaks out.
The solo breaks out right there. Yeah.
I do like the...
I did hear that this week, by the way.
You did?
It popped up on my
nice
listens this week.
I don't know why, but I like the line Fab Five Freddy. So it just sticks in my head.
In your head. Yeah,
zero idea
you're
why.
a big fan of alliteration.
That phrase comes into my head and triggers the song as often as anything with the song.
I do find myself trying to keep up with her.
Oh, yeah.
Like sing along, not really sing along, but like, follow along and say the words as she's saying them.
Yeah.
I can't sing anymore, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And I never succeed.
You can't keep up, right? If you don't have the lyrics in front of you, never mind. Okay, that was Blondie. Was Blondie. Blondie made that song. Written by Christopher Stein, Deborah Harry, and from 1980 off of the album Blondie. So kudos to them.
Oh, yeah.
Off of the first album.
Cool stuff. All right. You should know some lyrics. And I have some cool little factoids for this one. You'll enjoy it. You should know some lyrics to You're No Good.
Oh. Feeling better now that we're through. Feeling better since I'm over you.
Those are lyrics to that song.
I learned my lesson on bended knees.
So, we all know that song because it was a hit for Linda Ronstadt.
And Van Halen.
Well, that's one of my factoids. I had never heard the cover or don't remember hearing the cover until very recently.
Really?
Like in the last month I've heard, which is why it ended up on the sheet, actually.
Huh.
Was hearing the Van Halen cover. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't, oh, fuck, this is the same song. Like I was a quarter of the way into the song before I was oh, man, they covered this song?
Yeah, David Lee Roth didn't do the vocal performance that Linda Ronstadt did.
No. And I'm going to give you the propers, but then I'm going to give you a list. I'm going to give you all of the references to who's done this song.
Oh, yeah.
Or all the references, and you're going to be amazed.
I wasn't able to delve into this when I did the Linda Ronstadt, basically tribute, whatever,
right.
Uncontrolled Substance. But yeah, I did notice.
1963 is when the song was written by Clint Ballard Jr. Was originally done by Dee Warwick, sister of Dionne Warwick, aunt to Whitney Houston.
Correct.
Second cousin to Whitney Houston, and cousin to her mother.
Right.
Celia, I believe it was. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
The first time it was a hit by Billy Everett. First time it was recorded was by Dee Warwick. And it was a pretty big hit. I think it went to number 3 for Billy Everett. And then, again, a hit for the Swingin' Blue Jeans, who I didn't even know was a name.
Swingin' Blue
What a cool
Jeans.
name for a band.
There's a cool name. I love it.
Covered by, and this is just English language covers, because there were several that were in other languages.
Foreign languages.
Yeah. Well, foreign to us, just other languages. Covered by Dolly Parton, Pat Carroll, Julie London, Elvis Costello, Dusty Springfield, Ike and Tina Turner, Reba McEntire, Van Halen, Lee Aaron, Wilson Phillips, and Weyes Blood, Weyes Blood. I think that's actually a name, not a band.
Huh. Wilson Phillips?
Yeah, Wilson Phillips.
Huh.
I mean, like, that's a who's who right there
Well, sure.
Just in the cover versions.
Did you actually? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, please.
Do you have more?
That's all I got.
Names?
There are more. That's all I grabbed.
Did you go listen to the Van Halen version?
I did.
Yeah,
I said, that's what actually prompted it being on here, was hearing it on the radio.
Eddie's guitar is
pretty amazing. There's a surprise,
pretty damn
right?
Cool. Yeah. They do a great job. I mean, to a large degree, his guitar work is the real difference in the song. They rocked it up, obviously.
Yeah, they did,
and
it's a pretty good cover.
Yeah, I like it. Well, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that and bringing it all up and cool information.
I believe it's you.
It's on me. Okay, I would ask you to give me some lyrics to a song you should know some lyrics to. Good Lovin' Gone Bad.
I'm trying to hear the song. See how that works.
This song makes me think of two Bad Company songs at the same time. I mix them up in my head all the time.
One day she'll love you, the next day she'll leave you. Something. That's it. I'm gonna quit.
Yeah. You're there. You're on the right song.
Yeah, okay. That's Good Lovin' Gone Bad.
Yeah.
Paul Rogers, I'm guessing, wrote that?
Mick Ralphs.
Oh, really?
Wrote that, yeah. 1975 off of the Straight Shooter album. Bad Company, of course. I don't think I said that before this.
Nope.
Straight Shooter album. If you don't have it, if you haven't listened to it all the way through, listen to it all the way through. Go get it and listen to the whole.
I mean, it's bad color. Up until Rock and Roll Fantasy, I've pretty much listened to all of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think it's on you.
I'm going to grab this one, and there's a reason for it. You should know some lyrics to Foghat's I Just Want to Make Love to You.
Foghat's I Just Want to Make Love to You.
Yeah, you should know some of this.
Which belongs to an artist from way further back.
Which is
than
why I brought it up.
Foghat.
It's the main reason that it's in this segment.
Yes. We did talk about this artist and this song previously, but I don't want you to wash my clothes. I don't want you to keep a home. I don't want you to be true. I just want to make love to you.
So that was recorded by Foghat in 1972 off the album Foghat. But the reason it's in this segment today is because it's a Willie Dixon tune. A couple episodes back, we talked about the contributions, among other artists, of Willie Dixon to the rock and roll.
And we read off a long list of Willie Dixon songs, and this was among them.
Yeah. But again, the song popped up on my listens, and I was like, oh, here's an opportunity. So, I mean, just think about how much this song rocked.
Yeah, from Foghat.
From Foghat. Again, they got it from Willie Dixon, and they recorded it at least 10 to 15 years after he'd had old blues standard, as they say.
And anybody in our general age range, certainly probably the majority of our listening audience, the three people, again, who are listening, is going to have fond memories of playing Foghat's Foghat album.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over and over, in Fool for the City, whatever. The episode we did with the mention of Willie Dixon, we recognized to an extent the fact that at that time we were just rocking out to Foghat.
Right.
So I would hope that some of what we're doing penetrates in some way to somebody's ears who might be listening to whatever song it is that's a cover that's redone by an artist, and stop and think to yourself for a minute, I really love this performance. I love the sound of it. I really enjoy my state of mind when I'm listening to it, whatever. I'm old and boring right now, so hang in there with me. But what I wish I had known, I guess, to think about, somebody had told me to think about back in the day when I was driving grooves into the grooves, was you should go check out who Willie Dixon is.
Well, here's the thing. Would you know it's a cover? That's the thing. How do you know it's a cover?
Well, right.
And to me, that's on the radio, Pippos. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're playing that song, you got to say, "Hey, that's Foghat doing I Just Want to Make Love to You." It's an old Willie Dixon tune. You should really go check it out. You know what I mean?
Right. You should go
find
out where it came
kind of
from.
Stuff, right? You know
right.
What I mean? I'm preaching to
right, or even just say it's a cover song.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cover of.
Right.
To try to give people a little initiative to go check it out and wonder, well, what does that mean? Because that song has been covered, and a lot of Willie Dixon songs have been covered by a lot of people, and famously.
Yes.
You know them by a lot of artists, but you don't know Willie Dixon's.
Right.
They're responsible for it. So enough about that. We can move on, but I did want to say, you know, I listened and indulged and what have you, and I didn't.
No
I didn't know. Clue. I didn't give credit. No, I didn't. Right. What do I got, you might ask?
What do you got?
What do I got? I got about 30 cents, and that is it. Not a whole lot more. Okay, so you should know some lyrics to the tune I'm So Happy by Chicago.
When I'm with you, I'm so happy when I'm with you. Isn't it? I'm thinking of Make Me Smile.
Yeah, Make Me Smile.
No, the song that I'm thinking of is called Make Me Smile, isn't it?
I'm so happy.
Yeah, isn't that called Make Me Smile? Is that called?
No, it's called I'm So Happy.
Really, I thought that was called Make Me Smile.
That's not what I found on the web.
No. I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying in my head.
Well, this is one of those situations where it pays to be right. So, or find out you're wrong in the moment. So when I was, looking up lyrics,
you'll be mine, make me smile.
Yeah, that is the song. What I looked up was lyrics to Chicago, I'm So Happy, and the lyric page came up and what have you, but Wikipedia right here says Make Me Smile.
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Is the name of the song.
So it's one of those in parens, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool. I knew the song. I win. Go, move on.
I win. Enough of that. Children play in the park they don't know and all that.
Yeah.
Great horns. Really fantastic.
Yeah, and
horns
that's
song.
pre adult contemporary Chicago. That's back when Chicago was a rock band.
Right.
And I mean,
you don't want to say good Chicago, but
no, it's
say,
pre adult contemporary.
Right.
Because,
it was rock, blues.
Yeah, they kind of got to be your mother's music at some point.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way to put it. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
And some of that was really good. It just wasn't the same.
Yes, correct. It wasn't the same. Still rock.
And I think that's, again, I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass here. I believe that it had to do with changes in the people in the band.
Personnel.
I know when Terry Kath died, that had an impact.
Right.
Somewhere along the lines, Pete Cetera became a more prominent writer, and I think that's kind of the era I'm talking about.
Right.
But again, I don't know any of that. That's all conjecture. I'm moving on.
Yeah, but regardless, they were not, after this period, the 25 and 6-4 band from from that era. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, you should know some lyrics to Angel from Montgomery.
Oh, yes, I should. Oh, my gosh. And I do, but I got to hear the intro and the whole thing. Oh, I love this song so much. I am so aggravated at my brain right now for not letting me hear the tune. The DJ is frantically
flipping through.
Yeah, I can't even hear the chorus right now.
So when I was a young girl,
I
had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man.
There it is. Hold on. Make me a poster on from an old rodeo. It's just cloudy coming through. This life we're living is a hard way to go.
Yes, one of my absolute favorite song lyrics.
I should not have such a hard time deriving that.
One of my absolute favorite song lyrics for this is, how the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening with nothing to say?
Nothing to say.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
So this Bonnie Raitt, because of the No Nukes album, was where this song kind of moved into the mainstream. Mm-hmm. So Bonnie Raitt covering a John Prine song. And John Prine wrote it in 71. It was on his first album, John Prine. Or at least it was released in 71. I can't tell you when he wrote it. But he writes it from the perspective of the woman singing the song. Yeah. Which I think is kind of cool when an artist can disassociate themselves.
Right.
And but I mean, this is one of those that if you really hear the lyrics and they actually click with you, man, you'll be bawling by the end of the song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. At least moved. It is really emotionally triggering, and I did not hear the John Prine version until well after I had heard the Bonnie Raitt version. Another example.
And she had been doing it before No Nukes, but No Nukes is what kind of moved it up to the top.
Kind of bumped her performance up. And to her credit, and only because maybe there's an equally remarkable John Prine, recording out there. There is a particular live recording of Bonnie Raitt doing it. I want to say it's a performance in Memphis. I can't swear to that, but she brings on a young local artist on stage with her, a young black girl, and the two of them duet on the song. And this girl adds another. First off, Bonnie Raitt's in a mood.
Yeah.
During this particular recording,
and she's amazing when she's just walking down the street.
Just baffling. And then this girl comes on, and they're like in the mood together. And the girl has a phenomenal voice, and the thing is so moving.
I'll have to find
the performance is so moving. You see those live performances just give you chills all over. This is one of those live performances where you just like, okay,
I'll have to find it.
Start again,
because I'm a big Bonnie Raitt fan.
Yeah,
I'm a huge John Prine fan. And the only reason we don't have more John Prine challenges because I know that you have no familiarity with this catalog.
Him. I don't think that should be criteria for not including him, because part of the idea of the show is to share with other people and get their awareness up. So
we did Let's Talk Dirty in Hawaiian. I think we did that one from him.
Did what?
Let's Talk Dirty in Hawaiian.
Yeah, I do remember.
All right, what do you got, man?
You should know lyrics to the song Driver 8 by R.E.M. And I know you do, but it might take you a minute to drag them out.
Yeah, I'm hearing the chorus. Is it Wake Me Up, Driver 8? Yeah, no, I'm not going to come up with it.
And the train conductor says.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not going to get it.
And the train conductor says, take a break, Driver 8.
Take a break, Driver 8. That's what it is.
We've been on this trip too long.
Yes.
The walls are built up stone by stone.
If we'd sat here for another 10 minutes, it would have come to me.
Yeah. Materialize. That's the phenomenal R.E.M., of course. That song written by Peter Buck and Mike Mills and William Berry and John Stipe. Michael Stipe, as he's known. John Michael Stipe. That's from 1985, Fables of the Reconstruction, with a whole lot of great tunes and a whole lot of great material.
I do like R.E.M. I'm a big fan of End of the World as We Know It.
Sure.
But you are much deeper into their catalog than I am.
Yeah, I listened through several of their albums, and they really have some.
They came out of that Athens, Georgia music scene.
Yes.
Them, the B-52s, but a lot of production by Don Dixon. Do you know Don Dixon?
I know the name. I do know the name.
Okay. You actually probably know a couple of his songs. He
Sure.
did some stuff where he was the artist.
Oh, Praying Mantis.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You should have saved that so it could be a...
Oh,
you should know the song clue.
It's in another one. But some of that stuff that we like so well from that era, Don Dixon's fingerprints are all over it. He
Nice.
was.
Right.
Elvis Costello, some of that as well, although Elvis Costello obviously didn't come out of Athens, Georgia.
Right.
But Don Dixon was a big part in producing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
So you should certainly know some lyrics to Mama Told Me Not to Come.
I do. I get such a kick out of that song. Open up the window, let me catch my breath.
Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath.
Sucker, let me catch my breath.
You want some whiskey in your water? Some sugar in your tea?
Yeah.
What's all these crazy questions they asking me?
Mama told me not to come.
So you know that, and I knew that, came to it from Three Dog Night.
From Three Dog Night, but...
Go ahead.
Wait a minute.
Yep, it's there.
We touched on this in a previous episode. I was totally surprised at who wrote this song.
Yeah, you were. And you're going to be even more surprised by the band that had the first hit with it.
Damn it, I can't remember who wrote it. Who wrote
Randy
it?
Newman.
Randy Newman, that's
I know that we talked about that.
You know, it's funny, I had stuck in my head, the reason I couldn't think of Randy Newman is because stuck in my head I had Paul Williams. Which,
sure, and Paul Williams, there aren't going to be a lot of people listening
not
to
a
this
lot of people
that are going to know this besides you and me.
Paul Williams.
I can guarantee you my little sister knows who he is.
Paul Williams is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my ex-wife, I'm
absolutely.
sure, knows who he is.
Yeah, he had a lot of
hits.
Oh
Very
my
strange
gosh.
little guy. Very
Yeah.
kind of unusual looking.
You know, I got to know.
Please do.
We're gonna get back on track right after this, but
Sure.
I got my first introductions to Paul Williams and being aware of him off of the show Laugh-In. You remember Laugh-In?
I do.
Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, by the way.
Yes.
There were a lot of
Dick Rowan and Dan Martin.
yeah, a lot of musical figures.
Yeah.
Participated in that show. Anyway, we were on some other topic.
Mama Told Me Not to
entirely. Mama
Come.
Told Me Not to Come. And Randy Newman.
So the first band to have a hit with this was The Animal.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't either. They had a hit with it, or
had
they
a hit with
recorded it?
Well, they recorded it and it got some airplay. Let's go that way.
Okay.
I don't know where it fell on the charts. I can't answer that question.
And maybe it hit overseas as opposed to in the U.S.
Yeah, there are other countries besides the United States, and we
yes,
tend to
there
forget
are.
that Americans do.
The world is bigger than just.
Yes, but at any rate, Three Dog Night, The Animals, and then eventually Randy Newman did it sometime in the 70s.
Right,
He did
on
his own
of
version.
his own.
I mean, but it is his tune, 1967.
Yeah.
So if he's writing songs in 1967 that are getting purchased and played by other bands, he couldn't have been barely 20, if
I was going
to
say in his teens. Yeah.
I mean, he may have been probably was born somewhere in the late 40s, mid to late 40s, I would think. We could stop and look it up if you want to.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just...
Yeah, it's flabbergasting.
And you know what's
to
funny
think
is
about.
like a lot of people that are not as seriously into who did that as I am. Or
Right.
like, the first tune time that they ever heard of him was Short People or I Love L.A.
Exactly. Or
even
on the Monsters soundtrack. Monsters Inc.
What's the other Disney or Pixar?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. That's where people come to Randy Newman from. Well,
By the way, he was born in 1943.
there you go. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Nils Lofgren did a version of his tune Baltimore that was a pretty good hit, and I think that came out early 70s too. Anyway, there's a lot of great Randy Newman that predates his stardom with the Short People thing.
Right. Exactly.
All right, buddy.
This is my last one.
Okay, cool.
You, my friend Ape, should know lyrics to the song Live and Let Die.
You know, they used to say, live and let live.
Yes.
You know, they did.
Yes, you know.
If this ever-changing world that we live in makes you give in and cry, then live and
Live
let
and
die.
let die. Think of the message.
That's Wings.
Think of the message there. When the world pisses you off too bad,
Just kill everybody.
I mean, if somebody needs to be taken out, they need to be taken out.
Well, I mean, it was a theme song from a Bond movie.
Yes. Yes.
So that's not surprising.
Right.
That's
It's about
actually
that.
Wings, right? That's,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wings.
Who's the writing credit?
Linda and Paul.
I was wondering if she was involved in that.
Mr. and Miss McCartney, 1973, and that was the song for the movie soundtrack, and they won a Grammy and all this other stuff off of it and what have you.
All right,
And
so I believe I started this segment.
I think so too.
So
We'll
that
go
means
with that either way.
we're fucking done with it. I mean, it means we need to move on to the next thing.
It's over. We have killed it. We have. We're gonna go ahead and live and let it die.
Oh, that was okay. I think I can live with that one.
What do we got next? You ask. Everyone's asking. What's next? Well, it'd be quick hits.
Quick hits.
So strap in, put your helmets on, buckle down, and let's just see where this takes us.
And by the way, just a little station identification. This is, you should know this song.
Yes.
We are, as are you, Mixed Apes.
Mixtapes at www.youshouldknowthissong.com on your radio podcast dial.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
I just can't help myself.
Yeah, whack-a-mole.
I was a
It's built
DJ
right
in a
in.
past life. I didn't succeed as a DJ, but I was a DJ.
I believe, sir, that you are going to begin Quick Hits. And again, the format of Quick Hits, it's one line,
It's supposed to be one line.
and we're not supposed to go sideways about it.
Right.
That never happens.
So let's see if we can get through this with some speed for everyone's relief.
And go.
You should know this song quickly. There's your line.
Hey, little sister. Really? This is in my list. What have you... Hey, little sister, what have you done?
This easily could have been a starting lines.
Yes.
But I was vacillating, so I dropped it in here.
Hey, little sister, what have you done?
Yes.
Is the next
Is
whole
the
lyric.
rest of that line.
It's off the White Wedding Song.
Yes.
Artist, songwriter, and album name Billy Idol, 1982. Because
go
I
ahead.
already have all the
You
creds.
go ahead. You got the whole thing. I kind of love
I guess
that.
I'll just cross that one off my
I
list.
mean, I'm glad it doesn't happen all the time. Happen all the time, but I
That
love
was
it.
pretty funny.
It is kind of funny to think that, and again, a statement on the validity, I think, of the idea of the show. There's so many songs out there. It's just us two. How
can
the
that happen?
frequency of us crossing over should be, but there's just so much material, right? So
Absolutely.
the odds end up being low. Okay, you go.
You should know this song quickly.
Lyric is, I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. Oh, I should know this song quickly. I can't hear the melody and I can't get the rhythm. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. It's not
A bright and early next morning, he brought that letter back. He
a
wrote
return to sender.
There you go.
Address unknown.
Okay, so that is the Kang,
Was
Elvis.
That wasn't written by him, but was he the
No.
first to perform it?
I didn't pursue that because
curious
that's
about
not
that
the part of this.
That's right. We're not supposed to get into that depth. Okay, sorry. I didn't
Winfield
ask
Scott and Otis Blackwell off the Girls, Girls, Girls album in 1962.
Girls, girls, girls. Go ahead out there, performing artists. Name an album, Girls, 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 in the current time.
They could do it ironically these days, right?
Ironically, exactly. But Motley Crue would have been the last to get away with that. Race of Apes. Going quickly now. You should know this song.
I'd drive 1,000,000 miles to be with you tonight.
I'll give you one clue. I'd drive 1,000,000 miles.
It's Wang Chung.
I knew it would roll around.
Yeah.
It unravels. The song unravels in your
Yeah.
head. So if you're feeling low, turn up your radio. That is Everybody Wang Chung by Wang Chung. Written by Jack Hughes, Peter Wolf, Nick Feldman from 1986.
Has it been that long?
Mosaic is the name of the album. Mosaic. Chew on that for a little while.
All right. Here's one for you. Be quick about it.
Okay, quickly, the lyric I got is, it's been a long time. Oh my gosh. Since I rock and rolled?
That's one of them. Sure, that'll work.
Which one was it supposed to be? It's been
That
a
was
long...
it. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay,
Although that
okay.
could be that could be like 17 songs.
Yeah,
right?
there are a few songs that it's been a long
And
time.
it's probably the starting lyric of 17 songs as well.
Yeah, that's what I was...
All right. So rock and roll, Led Zeppelin, all four of the boys: John Bonham, John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant. Off of 4, Led Zeppelin 4.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the one that doesn't have a name on it. And you know that they didn't put the name on it because they wanted to prove that they didn't have to have their name on the album for it to sell.
Really? I did not know this.
It was some kind of an argument with management or a record company or something. And it's like, yeah, fuck that. You don't need to say that we're Led Zeppelin because people will come and find it. And they certainly did.
That is
1972.
That's a cool factoid. And I deeply appreciate the cool factoid.
So what's up, Chief? What do you got?
ready?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, here goes. Ready? Go.
And I walk up on high and I step to the edge to see the world below.
Right, correct.
The world I know.
I always have difficulty remembering this band's name, but you go.
Isn't it?
The World I Know
the world
is the
I
song.
Know?
Yes.
I don't know the name of the band.
I always have trouble. And they've got such a great name, and it should be easy to remember. Collective Soul.
There you go.
Written by Ed Roland and Ross Childress, 1995. Collective Soul album. Okay, you got one for me?
Okay.
Quickly now.
You should figure this one out quickly.
What have you got for me? For 5 long years, you were my man.
I don't think so, but go right ahead.
Oh, wait, what is this from? Is it Aretha? I can almost hear the song. I know this song.
Yeah, you do.
It's a soul R&B song. It's 60s-ish, maybe.
It is Aretha.
Chain of Fools.
There you go.
Chain of Fools.
1967 off of Lady
Wow,
Soul.
that almost gave me a headache. I did not want to fail on that one.
It was fun to watch. You should have seen his face, kids. He was
Should
like the veins were popping out of his
This
head.
is why, there's some argument for doing an actual video podcast. I was over here doing all kinds of weird gyrations, and I kind of wasn't even aware of it. Okay, that was great. You got all the propers out there?
I did. Yeah. It was.
Okay.
Did I not quote the?
You said
songwriter, Don Covey.
1965. Oh yeah, maybe you didn't. And do we need to say it's such a fantastic song?
I think anybody that's listening probably knows. All 3 of them.
I'm thinking of her voice and how she wails on that song, and it's so great. I think I like that song better than Respect, as far as like one of her top
absolutely.
hits.
I'm with
song,
you.
her performance on it, whatever. It's my turn. So we got who started?
You started.
You started it.
So this is your last one.
This will be my last one. How about that? Quickly now. You should be able to just zip right through this. Here you go.
Go on and hold her till the screaming is gone. I don't know this.
Oh my gosh, you do too. It's female artist. I'm going to give you a second clue because you know this song, and it'll go fast.
Go on, believe her when she tells you nothing's wrong.
'Cause I'm the only one.
Nope.
Melissa Etheridge.
Not coming.
Melissa
there you
Etheridge.
go.
I'm the only one who'll walk across the fire for you. Yeah.
We're not supposed to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Melissa Etheridge is one of those artists like Alanis Morissette for me.
Yeah.
Which is, I stopped listening to her music when she got her life together. Because when she was an angry...
Isn't that a sad statement, but true in so many cases?
It wasn't like I said, oh my God, screw you, you got your life together. I mean, like, the music stopped being interesting when they started being happy.
When her life's not a wreck, it's not... It's
both her and Alanis Morissette were...
sad. I know exactly what
really,
you're saying.
Like, they did great, like, angry rock and roll.
Oh my gosh.
You fucked me over, I hate you, we're going to yell about it, the whole world's going to know.
And I'm going to give you a new perspective on anger and hurt and all this stuff. And
I bought that, the Melissa Etheridge album. What was it called? Shit. No, that was not what it was called.
That was not what it was called.
It's not going to come to me, but I bought like the album that her breakout hit, whatever that was on.
Yeah.
And that whole album was her angry.
Her
and
screaming about
and being pissed. And man, it was good.
Injustice and
it was real good.
Yeah. She could be real good. I mean, she had some real good shit.
All of them are much better than at what they do than I am at what I do, and certainly whether or not they're happy or unhappy is not
even whether it's what you enjoy or don't enjoy.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm just
personal,
saying for me, it's my personal observation.
Personal observation. Okay, so that was Melissa Etheridge, written by Melissa Etheridge, 1993, and the album was Yes I Am. And you got one more, right?
I got one more, but
and then it's over, Race. It's over.
Over? Nothing's over.
Nothing's.
All right.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No.
Okay, different movie, but just as funny.
I know.
Different reference, just as funny.
Okay, real quick, what I've got, the song I should know is, well, She Forgot All About the Library. I should know this real quick.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you.
Ooh, this is a whiff right here. I mean, I don't.
I'm going to give you the rest of the line.
I don't
and
have
then you'll
anything. Know it. Well, she forgot all about the library. We're cheating a little bit with each other and giving a couple of second clues. Like she told her old man now. Yeah. No, I do know this song.
See, I knew you would. Now, are you going to be able to pull it out?
Like she told her old man. Beach Boys.
Yes.
Daddy took the T-Bird away.
Fun.
Fun.
That's the name of the song. Until the daddy takes the
Till
T-Bird
the daddy,
away.
right.
And again, guys, kids, moms and dads, boys and girls, watching him struggle through this, it was really entertaining. Like he's staring intently at his knuckles, and
It's
oh my
so
God,
funny that the words, well, she forgot all about the library. What other song has that line in it? And as soon as you put, like she told her a man now, the whole thing materialized audibly.
and it's because of the rhythm of the
The
line.
rhythm of the line. Audibly, it came to me in my head, and then the whole thing came together. But just the words, well, she forgot all about the library, should have...
It should have, yes. I would
should have
agree.
been enough. Fantastic. Just fantastic. How stupid
So
I
we
am.
can sit a new segment, which is us psychoanalyzing why we don't know the song.
Is it psychoanalyzing? It's more like
Self-pity?
dissecting brain. What do you call it when you're dissecting brain function? Not like emotional, mental state. It's a brain
we
function
call it something
thing.
else. I'm not really sure.
Lacking.
That's a nice segue. So that lovely
organic
little bit of
brain
information
disease.
brings us to the end of Quick Hits.
Quick hits.
Quick
And
hits.
on
Quick
to
hits.
what? Come on, everyone's waiting. They're on the edge of their seat. What's
Oh,
next?
I'm sorry. Were they waiting for me?
They were
Starting
waiting.
Lines
Starting
is our
Lines.
next segment.
Glad you got
I
that out
didn't
there.
realize.
People are getting up and leaving.
Well, yeah.
But you know why?
Have
Because-
you watched any of the movie?
Because we did so well going so quickly with Starting Lines, we got them all excited about how quickly we were going to move on.
You are funny, not just funny looking, but
So
also
stupid.
very funny.
So stupid. All right. So then let's do Starting Lines, and let's do a good job for a change. What do you say?
I wouldn't want to set expectations for people that are used to us being idiots. It's me this time.
You're starting with Starting Lines.
Yes.
You're starting the lines. Ready, get
Go.
set.
You should know most of this song.
Starting line is, and again, this is supposed to be the first few and as few as possible that you think will give the song away.
Right.
Lines from the song.
All of that was him taking time to figure out what the song is.
I was not my line. I kind of couldn't even read it. My line is, ice will melt, water will boil. Oh, it did not trigger me. Ice will melt, water will boil. I know the song.
Yes, you do.
I know the song. It's going to take too long. It will come to me, but I'm not. It's
You and
gonna take
I
a minute.
will shake off this mortal coil.
Mortal coil.
It's bigger than us. You don't have to worry about it.
Damn it.
And that's the entire first stanza.
Yeah.
And I got to use the word stanza in a sentence.
Stanza. Ooh. No, it's not. What is it?
It's Crowded House.
Crowded House.
It's Only Natural off Woodface. Neil and Tim Finn, 1991. Ice will melt. Water will boil.
I'm getting the rhythm and everything now. I know that song.
And by the way, I have Crowded House, not Crowded House.
I think I could have.
I just typed it.
I think I could have
Gotten there?
guessed Crowded House, but it was not coming to mind, and I'm ashamed because I played the shit out of that album. Oh, now I'm hearing the rhythm of it. It's
Yeah.
really a cool
It's
song.
a really cool song.
Really
That's why
cool.
I was sure you would know it. Stella has
I haven't
copies.
listened to that album in far too long.
My dog Stella is out. The dog next door has caught her attention, and she does not bark. Stella is
She,
a Basenji. She doesn't bark.
She did a very enjoyable job of bounding
But, yeah,
across the yard
she's a
in
humper.
her little 4-inch legs.
Yep.
It was great.
And
Okay.
She's Hank next door, so she's freaking out.
This
Sorry.
is your starting line,
Okay.
so get ready because you
And
should know
they're
this
off.
song.
I'm just mad about Saffron, and she's just mad about me.
She certainly is.
That's Mellow Yellow by Donovan.
I talked to her about it, and she is mad about you. Written by Donovan, not Donovan. That's a whole different thing. From
Probably a drug of some kind.
1967, and the album was named Mellow Yellow. The song is Mellow Yellow.
It's got kind of a...
Donovan's kind of an interesting character from the time.
He is.
Interesting. I won't get into it because we're not supposed to be taking a lot of time here, but interesting character to go search up a little bit.
And here, sir, is a starting line for you.
Give me a starting line. Should I know this song? Got a little extra loud over there, and the neighbors are partying.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got a little bit of that bleeding in. It's good. It's part of the natural environment. Okay, my clue is the mist across the window hides the lines. But the actual full lyric is, now the mist across the window hides the lines, isn't it?
Yes, but I always took the now as, because he says that independent of the other line.
Now,
Yes.
mist across. Huh.
Yes.
I thought it was part
I
of
thought it was him just saying, like, cueing the band. You
Oh,
are correct.
I see.
You are correct. And
no,
I
I can
excluded
see how
it.
you. I can see how you would.
And that's
you would
why
see
I
that.
left it off. I'm sorry if that confused
But
you.
nothing hides the color of the lights that shine. Electricity so fine. Yes, all a beautiful thing to have in your mind right now. Ding dong ding. Sorry, I'm not naming the song. Stepping out, Joe Jackson. Sorry, I was into the song. I was just going along
I
with
was
the rest
watching
of the
you and
song.
waiting.
Yeah, Joe Jackson, Stepping Out, and I don't know the album. Can't name the
That
album.
is off of Night and Day,
Night and Day. Very
1982.
good.
Joe Jackson wrote it as well.
Yeah.
All the propas are done.
That was a big radio song for him, and
I don't know that
of it. And I would listen to that.
I don't know, and I love that song. I love Joe Jackson. I don't know that I would have gotten that clue.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's such a strange combination of words.
It is. It is which is part of the reason that it's a good starting line. Okay, is it me?
Yep, it's you.
All right, I'm going to shove this in here. I'm just going to go ahead and take up all the space on the sheet with this. You should know this song just by this starting clue.
Well, you can tell, by the way. No. Well, you can
Oh,
tell.
I didn't mean to put those 2 dots in there. Hold on.
Well, you can tell by the way.
Now.
Okay, so now that's yes.
That's funny. That is so
you
funny.
can tell by the way I something my walk.
Yeah, I moved my walk.
It's Staying Alive.
Staying Alive.
Yeah, by the G.
Yeah, by the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, yeah.
The Bee Gees.
That is so funny. Those 2 dots in there split up what you perceive to be the phrasing of the lyric. That is, which I mean makes sense, but I didn't realize I even left them in there. So I was like, "What is he doing?"
There were a couple of dots in the middle of a couple of periods in the middle of the line that.
Yeah.
For the folks that didn't see that. That
right,
caused
right.
me to go, what the fuck is that?
On the clue page, it was the words, well, you can tell, ... by the way.
Yes.
So it looked like, well, you can tell by the way.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's funny. Okay, it's Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, written by Barry Gibb, Maurice Gibb, and Robin Gibb from 1977 off of...
the soundtrack for...
Saturday Night Fever.
Do you know what Bee Gees is for?
B.G. Barry Gibb.
Brothers Gibbs.
Brothers
Gibbs. That's what that's for.
I thought it was just about Barry.
Not at all.
Barry.
It's always just about Barry.
Did you ever watch the Jimmy Fallon and I don't know? Do you watch Saturday Night Live much?
Yeah, off and on.
Justin Timberlake from years ago. Admittedly, they would do a Bee Gees thing that was the Barry Gibb talk show.
No, but I can see it with the bad hair and all that.
It is. They crack each other up with some regularity in the show, and it's really well done. Really well done. Okay.
All right, so here's a starting line for you, sir.
Gimme. There once was a woman named...
No, there's no name in there.
named Sue. There once was a woman.
This is not the inappropriate limerick segment.
Starting line. There once was a woman. Who is the next word? Who? Once was a woman.
No.
I don't... It's
the next phrase has the song name in it. There once was a woman.
No.
A strange kind of woman.
Strange kind of woman. Does it go like that? Nope.
It's Strange Kind of Woman by Deep Purple. There once was a woman, a strange kind of woman. Something that makes history.
Wow, I haven't heard that song in
that's a
long
great
time.
That's off of that actually was released as a single in 1970. That's written by Mark IV lineup: Ian Gillan, Richie Blackmore, Roger Glover, John Lord, Ian Pace.
Oh, I need to hear the chorus right now. I'm hearing everything up to the chorus.
There once was a woman.
I can't think of the
I
words.
want you. I need you.
I need you.
I
Gotta
gotta
be near you.
Ooh, you're a strange kind of woman.
Love that song.
Yeah, I hate it when I have to sing to get it to you.
Damn, that's a cool song. Damn, I'm sorry I didn't get that. Damn. Okay, anything else on that? Anything you want to go into?
No.
More driveling about how great Deep Purple is?
No.
I'll ride along. I'll go along on the ride.
Just like I said, Mark IV lineup. That should get a response.
That should get it. That should be it. Okay, Race of Apes. You should know this song just by these first few words.
Well, I was cutting the... Oh, got it. So, this song... Have I told you the story?
You should have seen his visceral, physical reaction to this song. Like, I thought I was going to have to get him a bucket or something.
I ran an arcade when I was in college. 153 years ago.
Love it.
This song...
I love it already.
...was on the jukebox at the arcade. More importantly, when you first turn the jukebox on... There's something called the attract mode. The attract mode, so that it prompts people to put money in.
It's a button?
No. It's the first, like when you turn the jukebox on, it plays a song.
I see. It's like to prompt people to
slot. So until after 5 or 6 months, I finally changed it.
I was gonna say, can't you just change the record in that slot?
Yeah, but you can't change the programming. You actually have to change the record.
Yeah.
At least on the jukebox that I was responsible for.
Right.
This is Give Me 3 Steps by Skinnerd.
Yes.
I'm going to say 1976, 77 in there somewhere.
73. Off of Pronounced.
Well, I was cutting the rug at a place.
You probably know I could have dropped any lyric to that song, right?
Yes. And I don't dislike the song on its own merits. I heard it
Burnout
every day at work.
Saturation.
Loud when you, because the arcade's quiet.
Well,
you start turning machines on and things will
make
their little noises. And you turn it, one of the first things, because it was right next to my where I worked, was the jukebox. So I'd hit that one on the way out to hit the other machines.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that I've ever known that you operated
An arcade?
an arcade, and I don't know that I've ever known an arcade manager before.
Well, you do now.
Or known of somebody who's an arcade manager. And to add to it, to take it to the next level, I don't know that I've ever known a jukebox operator before. Were you able to put jukebox operator on an employment application or resume?
No. Because if turning it off and on is what makes it an operation.
Well, that is more than some people are capable of, and I am firsthand aware of it. So
yes, when I was in college, I went to college in Carbondale, Illinois at SIU. I did not finish. I don't want anyone to think that I'm talking, glowingly about when I attended college.
Right.
Which I didn't even finish 2 semesters all the way through. There was an arcade chain locally in Southern Illinois called Quarter Time. And this was when Donkey Kong was a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 1981, 1980 in there, right?
Yeah.
And so the one in Carbondale, I was an assistant manager, and then they opened one in Herrin, Illinois, which is another small town 30 miles away. And I went and ran that one.
Huh.
And sometime when we're not recording, I'll tell you all the crazy stories.
Donkey Kong reminds me of Joust.
Yes, Joust.
I was addicted to Joust.
Joust
anyway, we are moving on, and it's your turn.
Okay, so...
I do, however, want to delve further into the two of our enjoyment of arcade games from the period at some point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, how about this one?
I should know this song, or shame on me if I don't, and go wash out my mouth with. The lyric is, I saw a girl, she reminded me of you. You are really hitting me with the semi-non-specific ones. I saw a girl.
You are going to be so mad at yourself.
She reminded me of you. I've been mad at myself for all of these I haven't gotten so far. I saw a girl, she reminded me of you. I'm not getting anything.
You mentioned this song earlier in this episode.
Really?
Here's another lyric for you, just because I'm feeling froggy.
Oh, yeah. I saw a girl. See? You could have put she did the things, and that would have been it. But girls like you. The second lyric he gave me was she did the things that a girl like you might do, which is Mr. Dixon. I get my Nixon and my Dixon mixed up. Which isn't easy to do. And that's Praying Mantis.
By Don Dixon.
Acted like a praying mantis. I sensed her annex.
Yeah, that's off of an album called Most of the Girls LTD, which is for Like to Dance, which was another song on that album.
I recall.
Most of the girls like to dance, but only some of the boys do.
I remember that song, too.
Yeah,
that was a cool song.
And the thing is...
It was kind of a cool album, actually. I didn't hear the whole thing all the way through, but I did hear a lot of the songs.
I have that CD, and I've gotten rid of almost all of my media.
Right.
The reason I haven't gotten rid of that one is because it's out of print. You can't find it. You can hardly find references. Like, you can't find references to half the songs on that album on the
Right.
It's so weird because as a performing artist, he was marginally successful. That Praying Mantis was all that he had.
That was his real radio hit, and
right?
He had a couple of things that were
But
heard.
As a producer, he has credits on dozens of top 10 gold album kind of stuff,
And you would think somehow that would support, you would think standing on its own.
Right.
The fact that he had a song that was well played on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And not just locally. We could go on about that.
So at any rate, Most of the Girls LTD, Don Dixon, 1985. I'm a fan of Don Dixon, as you haven't figured
I am
out.
feeling kind of like I'm going way easy on you with my lyrics because a lot of these starting lines you're giving me are not easily identifiable. They're like they could
until
apply
you know
to...
the song, and then you're like, oh yeah, I know that.
Right. So here's another one that is just going to be a lay right on down for you. You should know this song, and I mean serious shame on you if you don't get it from these lyrics.
She's a very freaky girl. Now the dots are in the middle of this one too.
Yeah, they're not.
But here it applies.
Yes.
This is Super Freak by Rick James.
Rick James. Yes, it is Super Freak.
The
by
kind
Rick
you don't
James.
take home to mama.
Right. She will never let your spirits down. Rick James from 1981 off of Street Songs, written by Rick James and Alonzo Miller. And this song does not pop into my head often, although it did, and that's why I wrote it down. But the song of Rick James that does pop into my head with frequency is...
frequency?
Yeah, I didn't even catch myself saying that. Give It to Me. Give It to Me.
Sweet, funky stuff.
Oh, my gosh, that song is frequently in the brain, in the gray matter.
Alrighty, I have one more.
Yes.
And then you can follow up if you like.
Right.
Again, this is a song you absolutely know. I want to make that very clear when you say I've been giving you obscure ones.
It's about which words are, how applicable the words are to other things.
This one's pretty specific.
The songs that you've been giving me are songs that I absolutely should know and should be able to get. Okay, she had hair like Janine Shrimpton back in 1965.
Jeannie Shrimpton.
It should be Jeannie, and it's Janine. Jeannie Shrimpton back
it says Jeannie.
It says Janine. Oh, it does say Jeannie.
And it's spelled the way Jeannie Shrimpton spelled it, too.
Sorry, I definitely got a cross-eyed double take looking at that. Let me start over.
Sure, please. You should know this song.
She had hair like Jeannie Shrimpton back in 1965. Yes, that's your one of your top several favorite bands, the Smithereenies.
Absolutely.
Yes.
By the way, we're gonna. Do you know the next line?
And I could come up with it.
I'm just gonna give it to you so you can read it out loud for the.
Like Jeannie Shrimpton. This song's got a cool chord progression and rhythm to it. She had legs that never ended. I was halfway paralyzed. Yes.
So it's the Smithereens.
Yes, it's the Smithereens. I got to get to the chorus. I'm not getting the chorus.
It's Behind a Wall of Sleep.
Behind the wall. Yes.
Yes.
It's a great song.
It's a Smithereens song. That's built right in.
It's a great song.
There's only probably 4 or 5 songs by the Smithereens that I'm not enamored of.
Right.
1986.
Song has a cool feel to it.
Pat Denizio wrote that. He wrote most of their stuff. And produced by Don Dixon.
Don Dixon, there you go. He pops up again.
That's why it came in here right behind the other one.
Oh, nice loop in there. Very good.
You got one more?
I do have one more, and I want to make note that I'm skipping one to go to this one more that I didn't realize a little bit ago when you used this song that I'm skipping. Previously, I had this on my list here, which is the lyric I was going to give you was "Been a long time since I." Been a long time since I rock and rolled. But instead, I'll give you that would have been Led Zeppelin's "Rock and Roll," of course. Instead, I'll give you this song, which you should know from just 2 words. Just 2 words. Here you go.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Waiting for a train.
I might have been able to give you Busted. I'm not sure. Busted may not have been, but Busted Flat, definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Christopherson's Bobby McGee.
Yes.
Me and Bobby McGee, made famous by Pearl.
Yes, that's right.
Ms. No, I'm blanking on her name.
Miss Janis Joplin.
Thank you, Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. Me and Bobby McGee, 1971, off of her album Pearl. I do not have Chris Christopherson's recording date for that.
Sure. Before she was Janis Joplin, she was the lead singer of a band called Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was an album where she sang, and I could be wrong here, but if I'm not mistaken, there was an album where she sang. And then there was an album where it was Big Brother and the Holding Company with Janis Joplin. And then it was Janis Joplin.
And then it was Janis Joplin.
Yeah, she went on her own way. I don't know if any of those guys went with her or anything, but they were a big, 12-piece, horns, the whole 9 yards band.
Well, they were a holding company, so, it had to be.
Okay. But there's, it's, I don't know, and those are the 3 key words in this statement.
I don't know
what else they did that didn't include Janis Joplin, or if they had any kind of success after she left.
Well, that is a good question because I also don't remember hearing of any following Big Brother and the Holding Company, music that you heard on the radio or whatever.
Right, exactly.
So,
that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Interesting little.
We'll have to look that up for next time.
Right, little sidestep there.
Okay, so that's the end of Starting Line.
It's the end of Starting Lines and Race. I'm sorry to say,
it's the end of the episode.
I didn't have to say it, so you said it.
Means
I hope you're sorry.
You are going to have to stop talking sometime soon.
Well, good luck with that.
As am I.
That we're just going to turn off the microphones. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking.
So this has been, as usual, You Should Know This Song.
You should know this song. I am Reed of Apes.
Our BS podcast. I'm Race of Apes.
That's Race over there, as usual. We are hearing the cicadas start up again.
There you go, just a little bit.
I hadn't really noticed, but they did get a little loud a few minutes ago. And so we're here at Race's Oasis in beautiful downtown Wentzville at the Mixtape Studio podcast Center.
And
Center. I love
and Storm Door Company.
doing what we do, and that is, our BS and factoids and quizzes and challenges and commentary on music, baby.
Mostly rock and roll, but lots of other stuff in there.
Lots of other stuff, and all the little factoids and things we have time to spin off into. So, you know what word I didn't use in all of that? I won't say it, blather.
You can't help yourself.
I just can't help myself. Hey, thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for riding along. Thanks for swinging through the jungle of music with us.
Oh, nicely done.
Oh, how about that? And we didn't, in the last episode, so much go into. Check the website out, www.youshouldknowthissong.com, and check out some of the charitable organizations we have listed in there.
Chief among those being...
I was going to get to that at the end. There are a few organizations doing very cool things related to music, helping people better their lives through music, sharing music,
education,
and so forth.
Funding for it and so forth.
And we mentioned Wikipedia because, which is what Race was just blowing me up about, is we derive a lot of the information we utilize on this show from Wikipedia, and there are a lot of people around the globe who contribute not just to our tiny, narrow little slice of the information that is now stored on the huge, important library that Wikipedia is, but to all kinds of things that there is just a wealth of available information and knowledge about the world and the history thereof. So reach in, dive deep, and send Wikipedia a buck.
Or two.
Just send them a buck. Support the fact that is an untold wealth of knowledge and information already, and it should be maintained.
And pretty much they work very hard to make sure that it's all real information.
It's all real. And when's the last time you clicked on Wikipedia and you got interrupted by an advertisement of somebody trying to sell you some horse shit?
Never.
You don't. You get to information and facts and, links to other things, and you get to know more and be better.
Yeah.
So send some cash. Okay.
To them, not to us. To them.
To them. Right. Well, I mean, I know. Thank you. And
thanks so much. I try to say it every time, but man, the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm having a lot of fun with this. We really appreciate y'all listening.
Yeah, we're not making money.
No, we're certainly not making any money. And
we're spending the time.
Be nice to people.
Be nice out there. Be nice to the cicadas too. They don't mean it. They don't mean any harm. And follow and like and share and subscribe and let us know what podcast you want to hear us on, and send in your comments and your confusion. We're confusing. We know it. We get it.
There's a whole ball of confusion here.
Ball of confusion. Okay, is that it for you?
I'm done.
You done?
I just want to say thanks and bye.
I'm done. Peace out.
Later.
Have a great one.
We're out.